everyone, my name is Dana Gelsomino, and this is episode 8 of the Ask a Question show, the show in which you ask any type of question regarding any type of narcissistic, toxic, or otherwise abusive relationship, and I, along with the rest of the audience here, will do our very best to answer it. Our goal here is to provide you with the feedback and the support that you need in order for you to move forward and getting all of the clarity, the closure, and the healing that you so deserve. And so today's question comes from Rachel. Rachel says, "Dear Dana, I am engaged to a man I feel is a narcissist. We've been together for 5 years, and I've postponed the wedding several times now, as I love him, but I keep getting cold feet. He now says he wants to go to therapy, but I've heard that therapy doesn't work for narcissists. What do you think?" Well, Rachel, thank you so much for your question. I have a couple different thoughts for you. I guess my main question to you, let me back up. Let me just make sure that we're on the same page when we say narcissist. When you're calling him a narcissist, I'm going to have to kind of, because you're not here, so I'm going to have to kind of make the assumption that you're talking about a person who's manipulative and who has a past of lying, cheating, some form of lying, cheating, stealing, very selfish behavior, very entitled behavior. And if that is the case, then, the fact that you have postponed this wedding now several different times due to cold feet, I'm going to challenge that and say, I don't think you postponed it because you had cold feet. I think you postponed it because your gut instinct was telling you that if you were to marry this man as he is today, it would be a very huge mistake. And frankly, if this is his behavior, then your gut instinct would be right. So, when you marry somebody, let me back up. So when you're dating somebody, the whole purpose of dating is to kind of screen potential partners. It's, you really want to see, kind of get clear in your own mind. What are you looking for in a person? What are you looking for in a marriage? And is this person a good fit for your life? And can you guys kind of grow and change at a similar pace? Can you be supportive of each other? Is this a good fit for you? That's kind of the whole purpose of dating. That's the purpose of an engagement. And so during this, it's kind of like a due diligence period, right? So if during this due diligence period, you're finding all of these troubling behaviors, I would encourage you to focus more on being choosy, not on being chosen. And I know it's hard to just throw in the towel after 5 years, but if you're finding that this person's not a good fit for you, it's been 5 years, then the other question would be well, how much time are you willing to give to this person and to this relationship to see if it's right for you? Because right now, as it stands, it's not what you're looking for because you're wanting him to go into therapy. So you kind of need to get clear. I would encourage you to draw a line in the sand and say in your mind, okay, as of, today is what, July, I think 11th, 2015, as of July 12th, 2015, if I don't see all of these behavior changes that have been consistent and we haven't had any new issues in the past 12 months, then at that point I would be okay with moving forward and getting married. But if you're still having red flags come up after he's been in therapy, for 3 to 6 months on a weekly basis for the next 3 to 6 months, then I would say you've got to be prepared to just cut bait and drive on. So that's kind of my 2 cents on it. Can therapy help a narcissist? In my opinion, no, it doesn't. But I will say I'm trying to stay open to possibility. The reason therapy doesn't work for for narcissists is because there's not a true desire for them to change. They often get into therapy because their partners, and it's not even narcissists. I mean, anybody. If your partner is a normal human being and they're getting dragged into therapy to get things about them worked on that they're not ready to work on, then you're not going to see any change. A person has to want to change in order for change to take place. That's really why narcissists don't do well in therapy. They generally don't ever go there because they don't ever think that they're the one with the problem. They think everybody else has the problem. So, could he change if he goes into therapy? There's a shot if he's a very small chance. If he's absolutely ready to change, and then that's a sincere, that's him sincerely saying that. He's not just trying to telling you what you want to hear so you guys can just hurry up and get married, or that you can just get over this last issue that you've had with him, because that's kind of what they do when they give lip service to things. They kind of give these real superficial placating kind of answers of, yeah, totally. Well, if you want me to go to rehab, I'll go to rehab. If you want me to go to therapy, I'll go to therapy. They're willing on the surface to do whatever it takes to pretend like they can and will change. But then if you notice their actions don't line up with their words, or their actions are not consistent, they might go to therapy once or twice, and then that's it. So, give it enough time that you can actually see true, consistent behavior changes if he is going to go into therapy. And depending on the dynamic that you have with him, which I don't know, if he does go into therapy, I think it's probably a really good idea for you to go and see your own therapist and discuss with that person. And ideally find a therapist who is familiar with emotional abuse or narcissistic abuse, which is kind of the same thing. But find a good therapist who's familiar with that, and then ask that person, hey, how are you feeling about us getting into some couples counseling? And then kind of go from there. If your partner is truly manipulative, my hesitation and concern for you would be is if you're getting into couples counseling with a highly manipulative person, it's basically like showing them your whole hand. If you're playing cards, you're letting them into everything. You're showing them basically more vulnerabilities. And when you're dealing with a person who exploits vulnerabilities, that can put you in a very dangerous and destructive situation. So I would use caution with couples counseling, but again, find a therapist who's familiar with this, who can talk to you both individually and assess really what's going on, and then can maybe work with you both as a team if she or he feels like that is a good way to proceed. Again, the whole due diligence period, I would really encourage you to reflect upon what is it that you're looking for in a partner, and kind of what you really want the rest of your life to look like. So that's my 2 cents for you. I will be really curious to hear what the audience has to say. And if anybody else out there has a question for the Ask a Question show, you can email me. I'll put my email down here below. It's dana@narcissistsupport.com. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, frustrations, ideas, insights, you need some support, you just want to say hi, please let me know. I love to hear from you guys. Take care. And as always, lots of love to you. You are not alone, and you are not crazy, and you really can heal from this, okay? So take care. Lots of love. Bye.